Hey everybody, what's up? Cool to be live again. So quick sound test. Quick sound test. Check, check, check. Chickity check. Cool. Should be okay. Yeah. Time flies away. So last time I was live, I think flies away. Was like 4 weeks ago, something like that. Had to do a lot on work, stuff like that, but yeah, happy to be live again. I don't have so much time today, but nevertheless, I wanted to take the time a little bit and do a little live stream. Show you a little bit what I've done the last weeks in terms of animation. And yeah, so we're going to explore a little bit impact frames today. And yeah, show you a little bit how I approach them and what I've learned. And I think there's valuable stuff in it you can take away. And yeah, I think, let's see, maybe the next streams, I'm not sure if I'm going to stream another time this week. I try to, maybe tomorrow, but definitely more regularly from next week. And let's see, maybe one more stream on impact frames. So that will be cool. And then, yeah, exploring also a little bit camera movement. So this will be also another stream. And yeah, maybe even just a stream where we practice a little bit anatomy, figure drawing for animation, stuff like that. But yeah, that's a little bit the plan for today, for the next weeks. Hello, NFT Screen Shooter, cool name. Cool that you're joining the stream. And with that, I think, let's see, maybe I'm going to stream 30 minutes today, but will be a quick, efficient stream where I try to put as much valuable information for you as I can in this short time and just also have fun. Had a long work week, a long work day, and also week. It's not over, but yeah, so I also want to relax a little bit and just have fun with animation. Cool. So with that, let me share my screen. Cool. So the first thing that we are going to do is to look a little bit on how impact, or what are even impact frames, and how impact frames are implemented in animation. So you can see it. I bring that a little bit here to the right, so it's clear for you to see. Cool. And with that, I'm just Sakuraboru, super cool site where you can also with here categories, you can search for all kind of animated stuff. Super cool library just to learn animation, see how different animators approach different topics. So for especially here, fire, fighting, whatever, or in this case now impact frames. Yeah. So let's quickly watch this one here. So impact frames it's a little bit when you have, like, in your room, if you turning the light on and off, you have these blink moments where you have completely black and then the light goes on, and for that one little second everything is white. So that's a little bit what's happening with impact frames. It's highlighting a specific moment in a story or in an animated show. So that's a little bit how it's used. For example, here, a little bit this explosion here, and you have this impact, and after the fire. So let us quickly go through it here. So here's the first one where you have a completely black background, and then you have even like typography in it. That's also cool. NFT screenshot, is this a VOD or something? So I'm live currently, and the video on Sakugabaru is from an animated show. I hope that question helped. So let's get to the next frame here. So and sometimes even like impact frames are only one frame and then the regular action continues, for example. And that's interesting to see, like, go through a different, like if you have specific topic, go through different animation styles, animated shows, and go frame by frame through it and analyze how certain tools like impact frames, like techniques, are used. So that's super cool here, interesting, like only one frame. And then it's disappearing. It's holded for 2 frames, but it's like there's not different things happening. You have a little bit this noise here. And then the action continues, and you have this from where the character is like in the normal shading, turning here into black and white almost with green eyes, with a white background, and then you have these stars here. And then this like scenes like that you see a lot when with impact frames, where you almost have like sketched lines, and then you have these like little small explosions here, pew, pew, pew. And where you have like a white screen, a black screen, and then again here more white space, like here, and then it turns into the explosion, and here even a completely white screen. And then you have this one here. And something, let's go to the next one, we can observe a lot here again, but just like in the sketch shows, I feel like that's also cool to see the comparison, like how is the Gengar actually made. That Gengar means just like from the key animator, the final animation the key animator is doing. Before then it's going to in-betweens and also polishing and coloring. And I like it, like you can learn also a lot from, and especially like how to keep the background in this color, and the character in the foreground is more white, so you can distinct a little bit what's happening, and also how you're indicating a little bit like these lights here. And then how simple you want to keep the impact frames. Yeah, cool to see. You were really professional. I thought it was a recorded video. Ha! No, I'm actually here. Good to see everyone. Yeah, like if I'm uploading on YouTube, like longer videos, or even the live videos stay also on YouTube. I think also even on Twitch, then as a VOD. But yeah, if I'm live and there is live, the interface is telling you live, then I'm live. Cool. So again, the same animator here, but a different, and sometimes like impact frames are even so fast you can't even realize what's happening. So it's yeah, you sometimes even have to go like frame by frame through it to even see the impact frames. And here, like for example, you have this little action here, and then from here the first white background. And often what's also happening in an impact frame is like you have first, like for example, here's a silhouette of your face, for example, you have only the light parts on black background, and then in the next one you have inverted, where you only have like white background and then the shadow a little bit of the character. And then also a little bit often like these like fast lines here that indicating a little bit the action that follows after these screens you're seeing. Like here, as you can see, the action now go into that direction. Also like here, like with this arrows, everything is pointing in that direction, and this impact frames is indicating that a little bit. Cool. So what else do we have? I'm not sure even if this had an impact frame. Ah yeah, here. Cool. This is also super cool animated, just also in terms of keeping your animation a little bit more simple, and still you can explore a lot. Like that's even crazy. Let's quickly watch everything. How the stone here gets thrown on this dude with this stick, and then you have this cool explosion here. Let's also again go quickly through it. Here you have your collision, a lot of camera shaking. That's also something I wanted to explore in the next weeks. And then you get your impact frames here. Looks a little bit like the colors from TikTok actually. Just get that in the head because like I work a lot with different brands, and TikTok is always a big topic for them. Cool. And then you have these impact frames. Yeah, these impact frames actually look interesting. Like super clean. You have this star shape here that are shaking also a lot, and a lot of black background, but still it's a cool effect. And another one here from Saitama, One Punch Man, also a cool impact frame. Let's watch it again. Super fast, and in this moment you have that impact frame. Also the camera looks here super cool. I feel also even like the camera movement in combination with impact frames is also super important. And like you hear from here, you have that moment here, and then you have the impact frame, again black background with the white shapes here, with the light part here indicated, also the lights that coming from this light source here in the lines here is indicated. Then you have a completely, and after that, I mean, this is only like one frame here, hold it a little bit longer, but then you have a completely white screen, and then back to action. Also super cool. And here again, I wanted to show you a little bit the Gengar. I feel like, yeah, you can also learn a lot by seeing the final animation, but also a little bit the step before that. Also super cool to see. And like here, you have that impact frame just sketched in like that here. Also super cool. Super, super, super cool. Yeah, fun to watch. And do we have another one? I think this one I just saved because I like the way it's sketched in. It feels, I'm not even sure if it's look almost like it. Sketched animated traditional, but not sure. Or even a combination, but looks also super cool. And the last one, I think, this one also. So you have also impact frames for something. Someone is like wielding a sword or something like, or fighting with the sword. Then you have this impact frame with these cuts, like you have a black screen and different cuts, but the character in itself is not moving much. So this is also something, if you have or look or observing it, if in the future, if you're watching animated shows, this is something you see also a lot. It's like what here, this character with the sword, and then you have that impact frame here, and the character actually is not moving or animated much. He's just has his sword here, like pointing to the top, and then you have the impact frames, and then the character pose change. But like the character himself only is animated or sketched in two different ways. Of course, you have this cape here that is moving nicely, but then you have these dashes here in one direction, in the other direction, both directions, and then you have that nice, again, pointed towards where the action is going in the middle, to the middle of the character. You have that nice transition now. And again, what's important here, you have a like impact frame and then a follow-up action. I think that's the best way how impact frame works. And also, like, here are a couple of impact frames. They don't always have to sketched like this, super minimalistic or simple. I mean, we have even a little bit red in here, but like this. Quickly go again, where you have really black background and white shapes. Like impact frames also can be look, or you see also in animated shows like where they painted almost in, or look, have this painterly effect. So feel free when animating impact frames to have different styles and explore a little bit. Yeah, how can you make impact frames work? And yeah, it can be in different styles. Hello, Kita Earth. Hi, bro. Hi. Good to see you. Cool that you're joining the stream. yeah, if any one of you so far has a question, let me know. And with that, I showed you a little bit what I explored so far with impact frames. And let's see if I try to do a short demo today even. And then in the next stream, I take a little bit more time to explore also impact frames live here. But this one was a short one where I just took a again, I feel like you can, with a bouncing ball already, explore so many different techniques. And this was just a ball flying from left to right and explored a little bit impact frames. Super fast. I played a couple of times. And let us quickly go through it. So you have this little action here. So the ball is flying here from left to right. Then is colliding here. I added a little bit some frames here, like sparks. That here's a collision. And now in the next one, we have that impact frame that I mentioned, where you first have a little bit the slide part here, and then again transition to a white background, and then you have the a little bit more the shadow of the explosion. So only 2 frames here. I added a new animation row here on top. So first you can even animate it without the impact frames I've done here. So you only have this little bouncing ball here. And then after I added the impact frames. I feel like that's a good way. Kitab, I love your content and I also follow you on Instagram. Super cool. Super cool that you're joining. Yeah. If you have any question or to another animated topic or whatever, let me know. Yeah, cool that you're joining. Cool. So, yeah, this was like a little exploration of it. I like to, break things simple down. Don't immediately have a character who's punching something in impact frame, but also see like if I can make an impact frame work just with a simple bouncing ball here. And what I've mentioned, like after the impact frame, we have these little like shapes or circles here around to indicate a little bit, okay, after the explosion, there's still something happening. I feel like this is an important element that makes impact frames work even better. Then this was a little study here from One Piece. We have that also quick impact frame here. Yeah, I did a couple of studies from different animated shows where we have this hand here, and then we have again the light part, the shadow part, and after it we have the hand still a little bit like with smears indicated, so you know, okay, there was a certain action, and also super. Something I want to experiment more is a little bit on how fast to show impact frames, like what is the slowest timing you can animate an impact frame and it's still working, and yeah, in which situation you do it faster and which situations you do it a little bit slower. Kita F's right. Actually, I have a problem on foreshortening. Can you please help me on it? Yes, sure. I will do it quickly. I will remember the question and come back on another time. Maybe even the next stream or one of the next streams where I want to practice a little bit anatomy and figure drawing for animation. I think also then foreshortening is a good topic. Quick answer for shortening, something super basic. Also, you can find it in How to Draw from Scott Robertson. You have the horizon like this. It's now super rough. Here's your vanishing point like that. And you want to know how the foreshortening is here. So you have this box and you want to know towards the horizon here you have some clouds. So everything is more fun. And you want the foreshortening here of this little shape here. So what you are going to do, I'm not sure if you ever saw this, but this is like essential perspective technique. You're sketching like first or like an X here in the middle, and you can do that with every shape like that. Now a line here. So you want to have this middle point. Now a line that is going, I'm not sketching it towards the vanishing point, but this line now goes also towards the vanishing point. And now you have this corner here, and you have this corner. And you can do it also like from this corner to this corner, like from this, but I'm doing it now like that. And now I've connected these 2 corners, and I have this line here from the bottom line that goes to a vanishing point. And if I'm sketching now a line up, I have exactly the right foreshortening from this shape. And you can do that also now. I know if I extend this one here, I have this. I can do it again as often as I want to get the right foreshortening, like that. So this is a super, I mean, you have to be careful that you stay precise here. And I mean, it doesn't have to perfect, but like that, you can construct your foreshortening, like, and even if you have a, whatever, like a shape you want, maybe like that. You have this shape here. And I mean, this could even be like a hand or something, where you have here your fingers. Not sketching it fully out yet, but now exactly the same. You want to know more foreshortening in that direction. Sketching the X here, like that. Here's the middle point, like that. And you know how the foreshortening is applied into perspective space. I can't for animation movement of a person, do you fully draw the entire body of their... Okay, I'm coming to the next question in a second. Kita, I can't draw human body is foreshortening. So I'm not sure if I'm getting the question completely right. So foreshortening in the human body. Like the thing with foreshortening is, I would highly recommend you to, in general, for example, as a warm-up, if you want to get better drawing, just to sketch cubes, for example, in perspective, like that. You can keep it simple, like from different rotations, however you want, from different angles. I'm now doing it super roughly, or like even with the horizon, like that. To just sketching cubes in perspective. And with that, you slowly will develop on how to sketch in perspective. So you don't have to think, like for me, I don't have to think a lot on where the horizon is, where the vanishing point is, because I did it so often. I just can, yeah, freely sketch things in perspective. And then with the human body, it's like this. Similar, that's why I said boxes in the simple, like just, and even if something is complex, break it down to simple form, just go to boxes. But then when you feel comfortable with that, you can sketch boxes a little bit more in the shape like this, for example. And then also rotate it like that. So I haven't sketched today, I feel it. My lines are not so clean, but the point comes across, and a shape like this now fits the rib cage of the human body. That's a great starting point. And now you can here sketch another box that indicates the hip, like that. And now you could sketch in here like 2 circles or ellipses for the rib cage. And with that, you have your starting point to sketch your character in perspective. And now the thing with foreshortening is just staying in your perspective system, in your perspective grid, like that. And now it's super fast right now explained. So this stuff here takes, of course, practice. But yeah, in the beginning, what's helping is to just sketch a grid in the background, for example, like this. So one vanishing point is in that direction, and another vanishing point is in that direction. So, and we don't see it because like we zoomed so fast in. And now what you could do is with these grids help you a little bit to sketch your boxes or your or whatever you want to sketch. For example, the whip cage I did just a second ago, like that. You can sketch in your character. And now with foreshortening again, it's just foreshortening is you have stronger foreshortening like the closer you are to the horizon, the more foreshortening you have. If you're more far away with the camera, you have less foreshortening. Like the scene I've sketched here doesn't have so much foreshortening because, can quickly show you the second. It's the same, like this one is the same as this one, like only our camera is zoomed in so much here into the grid, so the foreshortening is not applied. So I'm right here right now, as you can see. So this is the same. But if you're more far out of your perspective grid, you have a stronger foreshortening. Like that, I can quickly show it to you. Like now, if I would sketch my character like that, I have way more foreshortening applied here with my box. And I have to be way more careful on how I place my lines and how foreshortening is applied. Again, my ribcage goes in here, like that. This here's my hip. And now, as you can see, foreshortening is really learn how to construct perspective, and foreshortening won't be as much as a problem as if you don't know what's actually happening. And now, I mean, this is a super strong example here. This is a foreshortening here would be super strong. Like, and because we are so close to the horizon, like this distance here, like the arm here, like if sketched normally would be like the same size. If you have your character here, like this, like your arm here would have the same size, more or less. But with the foreshortening, this part is closer and this part here is longer. Yeah, so this is just a briefly overview. Yeah, constructed perspective gives you all the answers and to foreshortening and yeah, how to sketch your characters in perspective, how not. Yeah, but I can also like in the next streams also go a little bit more on how to sketch characters for animation, also how to deal with foreshortening and perspective and stuff like that. Cool. So let me see. Next question. Hi, for animation movement of a person, do you fully draw the entire body, or is there a sort of way you draw before full body? Good question. I had big problems with that myself also. There are different ways. For example, let me quickly go here. For this, I think I showed this one. Like how the body is sketched here. You see super roughly. So you don't always have to draw out the whole body perfectly. Like as you can see also, like you have indicated only the body. There are different ways to do it. Like for this one here is a little bit more sketched out. But then in the next scene here, super simple indication of a body. So what I like to do, what I found helpful is this little mannequin before sketching the body completely, like that, where I have this pillow shape here. Super simple. That maybe the line that indicates like where the middle half of the body is. So if I'm putting it not here but here, I know already, okay, the character's looking in that direction or in that direction. Then super simple, just with an ellipse ahead. But you can also like sketch it more out like that, like how you sketch it. Do it like you want or how you feel good with it. And then, yeah, I'm just adding the head here and then indicating the shoulders here and indicating the hips. And now what I'm going to add is just super simple with diagonal shapes, the legs like this. I like to indicate the knees with an X, so my proportion keep is a little bit more on track. Yeah, and then again, super simple diagonal shapes. I'm adding the foot here. And then I could sketch in first here the head, and again like this. And this is a character I like to use on this setup to animate characters. And I feel like you can bring a good dynamic because you can play a little bit with that pillow shape and make characters feel a little bit dynamic without spending too much time sketching them out. Like that. Adding here the legs. Always big problem, started too big. But yeah, I hope this helps a little bit. This little figure here. And then you can freestyle. On, yeah, like where to position the other leg. Like that. So super roughly showed, and another thing, the same goes for perspective. Again, same pillow shape, but just in perspective. Like that. And then the legs. Super fast now. But yeah, I hope this helps a little bit. Oh my god, thank you so much. I have been trying to understand a sort of starting point to animation before you fully clean up animation. Yeah, of course. I feel like are all things we at some point want to explore or to learn. And then even it's a style thing. You can also animate something like this figure it's really preferencing. Sketch also super simple. So there's really no right or wrong way. You could also sketch a figure like this here. Also super simplified. Yeah, and I feel like also like this simplified figure here gives you way more space and room to explore an animation first, like if you're happy with the animation, before then yeah, committing more time to it. And with that, yeah, you can have fun animating. And with that, for example, here, super roughly, how a punch would be animated was just with this simple character without spending too much time on how is the character sketch. And also a thing, the more you practice how to sketching figures, for example, the Loomis method also, like that you know probably also from art school or whatever, that is a little bit more simple, the easier will be also then to simplify things for you. Where you have this character sketch like this, a little bit more traditional. I also wanted to ask, in animation compositing, is it always done in After Effects? Are there no alternatives? Good question. I will save that question and come back to you also if I do more research. I know, like, I'm also working as an art director and doing also motion design, so I know I'm also using a lot After Effects. So there's a lot of, like you said, made in there. I think also you can do a lot already in Clip Studio Paint. You have your camera features also a couple of painterly features, effect features, how to make things more glow and put into action a lot of coloring stuff. So in Clip Studio Paint already is a lot possible, and I think the same goes for Photoshop and also other animation softwares. But it's a super cool question. I also the same interested like you. And yeah, I will come back to that topic at some point, and also yeah, probably let's do a stream where I show a little bit on how to do final compositing or whatever effects, bring it to a more final stage. Cool. So time is flying. Super cool question, everyone. Also for me, like while reading and answering the question, I'm also learning more. Wanted to show you quickly what we've did here, like with impact frames or what I've explored. So this was the study here, super quick. Another study, this one. Like if you can guess, like what's the character here? Trick question. So it did a quick animation here. So I leave open. Someone maybe at some point will know of this character here with the impact frames. Also super fun, especially like with the circles here. Then we have this one. I've did this study, so it's also super cool. And I keep it abstract, so especially when doing studies, you don't that things doesn't have to be look super cool. It's more like for yourself and your brain and to understand and slowly study how a technique works, like and in this case how impact frame works. Then I did this one like for myself after I did a couple of studies. Like on another day, I wanted to try a little bit on a simple punch on how to implement the impact frame. So I did this one. And I feel like this misses a little bit. So here I wanted to explore a little bit on how to animate animated impact frames a little bit more slowly. So I added a little bit anticipation here. So the character goes a little bit steps to the back. And then we have this little bit more faster moment where the punch is going to the front, and then I added again the animation layer here on top, where we have first this one, again, only the light from here, like the light part from the character, the highlight, and also a little bit from the punch. Then only the shadow part sketched lightly in. And then this is also something I saw. I wanted a little bit the force that is creating by this punch as a stronger shapes pointing towards the direction where the punch goes. So I added these two. And again, we have this punch here. And probably I would say you don't need this frame. So this frame probably should be after this one. Yeah. Was also a fun study. And like you see, I kept this character. He's super simple. Then this was another study. I think this one was from the One Punch Man I showed you in the beginning. Where I also observed a little bit of the camera movement. And this is also like an imperfect you see a lot. Like this yeah, almost star shape with the circle that in the impact moment is circling there where the center of action is. For example, here's a punch, so you have there's that circle moment. Yeah. And here I started the One Punch Man studies. And here another moment where we quickly have that impact frame. Super cool. So let's see what we're going to do with the time left here. Maybe I show you a little bit impact frames more from the technical point, just from the workflow. So we have then we're going a little bit more into drawing fun in the next stream. So maybe what are we going to do? Maybe we have that again, really this basic bouncing ball here, super simple. So we have our ball here, like that. Going to animate it quickly. Maybe adding a little bit anticipation. And that's something also I like to do, really going back to the basics. Because you can, yeah, just by practicing the basics, learn so much. Doesn't always have to be super fancy. So maybe, yeah, just distributing a little bit here the timing. And now things here get a little bit faster. Maybe like that. Like that. So we have our ball here moving down. Super strong smear or squash and stretch here. What I've showed you I did in perspective. Maybe like that. And again, I have like my stream again on Twitch is away. So I think I would have to restart it on Twitch, but I think I'm still live on YouTube, so everything is good for now, because we're ending the stream anyway soon. But I wanted to show you this quick demo here. So we're animating first this part here. So the normal bouncing ball to some degree. Then the ball again jumps up. And again, something animation. Where was it? At a track. Here, audience skin settings. I want to see a couple more frames here. So I know where the middle point is. So the ball then jumps up again. So like this. Going a little bit more in the middle. This is important to keep the middle to some degree intact. Like this, and now the ball lands here. And then let's quickly look how this looks like this. Super simple bouncing ball. Have a little bit bounce here at the end. And maybe want again add a little bit here some effects. And now what we're going to do is add the impact frame here. So how are we going to do it? Like at the point here where it's colliding after this one, we want to add like another animation row like this. And we say, maybe let's just do only 2 frames. That this one is the last one here. So we're adding here 2 frames. And now in Clip Studio Paint, I'm adding a new folder. I put my frame in here for my layer. I call this one 1. So like this, another layer, super fast now, but I will go also more again in it in the next stream. But now this bottom layer, I'm now going to make it black, decrease the opacity, and now I go on the layer on top there with the white color, so I can sketch in here my impact frame and see also the layer or the layer that is below here, so we can make adjustments. So and now for the impact frame, again, what we wanted to do, everything is black, but we see only, for example, the light part here. So we're sketching like this is a super simple shape, only indicating maybe here the light, like this. Maybe like this here. And then we want to maybe add here a little bit of an explosion effect like this. And this now really also experimenting for me. No right or wrong way. Also try out what's working for you, what's not working. Maybe like this for now. Also have a variation in your lines. Maybe we try it now. What I'm going to do, again, increase it to full black. And maybe this is now, you can even preview how this looks here. And now what we want to do, we want to have that white background. So again, I'm going on the layer below here in my folder, making everything white, decrease a little bit the opacity for now, just for a moment. Take again the black brush here, and now I want to have the shadow part here, like this. Maybe I'm doing the shadow here on the right from the ball here. Maybe like this. Cool. Maybe even here a little bit shadow. And now what I'm going to do below these light parts here, I'm sketching a little bit the shadow that is following it. Maybe like this here. And of course take more time, it's not super rushed. But yeah, you have this little effect here where you have first the light going out from it and then a little bit more the shadow indicated. And maybe I'm going to bring this one a little bit more down. Have a little bit more movement from this to this frame here. Maybe like this. So this would be the two impact frames here. And now I'm just taking again my other frames that are coming after this one. And let's play it how it looks. And yeah, it looks cool, I would say. And with that, we can quickly add a little bit impact frame action. And again, something we can do again on the layer below here is add a little bit more follow-up action here. So we can, for example, add again like a little bit, take a smaller brush here, maybe like a shockwave or something that you would have after an explosion. And yeah, let's see how extreme you want it to make. Maybe like this. And now the shockwave is expanding, so we're making our circle here bigger. And things are flying around here. Like this. And now you have stuff here flying to the ground. And maybe we can even, like this one line here, goes away in the distance here. Like this maybe. Yeah, and with that you animated an impact frame on a bouncing ball. And of course the first thing would be to animate in general the bouncing ball more simple. And the coolest thing is you can always animate things first and then later on add a little bit impact frames by putting another animation row on the top. Let's go quickly through it again. We have the bouncing ball, first anticipation, so the ball moves in the other direction, and then it's moving down here. You have this little smear here, squash and stretch. And then you have this impact moment where you first have the completely black background with the light coming from the bouncing ball to the corners here. Then the other one, you have the white background. And I forgot here to put my white background completely on. You have the white background with the shadows more. And then you have again your bouncing ball and the follow-up action, the shockwave here. And yeah, if we play it, looks fun, I would say. Super cool. Super cool. So this was the first introduction to impact frames. Sorry for everyone who watched on Twitch. I'm already offline a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, but that's okay. Also live on YouTube. I hope everyone who was on Twitch can rewatch it on YouTube, and it stays also in the live section on YouTube for everyone who missed something. Yeah. Is there another question before I end the stream? Kita Earth is asking, how long have you been doing animation? So I'm doing motion design. Like motion design is like where you're using After Effects and animating typography and stuff like this. Motion design I started just as a hobby when I was 13. Now I'm 29. And I'm doing it now professional also, like for brands and advertising stuff. And animation, 2D animation, I think we're doing here. Like I'm drawing always, like I always sketched and did drawing my whole life. And at some point I took it a little bit more serious. This was when I was 20, 18, 17, something like that. I would have to go a little bit in the past in my brain and to think again when I've started to take drawing a little bit more serious here. But I explored first drawing fundamentals more, learning perspective before I even did and 2D animation. And 2D animation I started, I would say, I mean, I had like I did a tutorial a couple of years ago, and then I stopped again doing 2D animation, did a little bit more concept art and stuff like that, and then taking 2D animation really more serious, I would say, and to learn and doing 2D animation on a regular basis, maybe 2 years ago. Um, yeah, I mean, like I shared almost everything I learned on 2D animation, or a lot of things on Instagram, so I could go back there and see when I shared the first things. And I think it was probably, yeah, around 2 years ago now. Yeah, time is flying fast. But yeah, since then it's a cool learning journey. So much to learn. It's never stopping, and yeah, just follow your curiosity. I also like did then like the first 3 months a lot of 2D animation, and I stopped again for a couple of months, and now I would say is like where I'm doing 2D animation really super regular for 1 year now without any longer break. And yeah, you more you keep at it learning on a regular basis, the faster you will get better at it. Cool. With that, I would say the last words. Super cool question today. I hope it was helpful. My answer could help you a little bit. Also, fun stream. Can't wait to go more into impact frames and explore it more, and also maybe try out even like these painterly impact frames, like this one I showed you at the beginning. I also want to do or explore impact frames like that. Um, but yeah, everything from stream to stream, we're going through every animation topic and just having fun. I mean, for me, also, like after work, just sketching, animating is the best thing. I love it so much. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Maybe I'm going to stream tomorrow, not sure, but definitely the next stream will be next week. So the latest we will see and animate together then. Have a good rest of the day or night wherever you are. And yeah, see you in the next stream. Thanks for watching. Bye.